Hello physics, this is Miss James. In the last part of our tutorial, we talked about making data tables and sample calculations, and in this one, we're going to talk about making graphs. So we have our data table. We asked the question, how does object distance affect image height? And we need to make a graph of the data that we have. So the graphing program we use is called Vernier Graphical Analysis, and if you go to your launch pad, this is the symbol you're looking for. Okay. If we're collecting data, we would use sensor data collection, but we're just going to make a graph with this program, so we use manual entry. Okay, you see a graph and you see a data table. So we need to get data from our data table into Vernier Graphical Analysis. So I'm going to highlight the IV. I'm going to push Command C, and then I'm going to go back into Graphical Analysis and put it in. There it goes. And then we want to graph the averages of image height. So I'm going to put that in there, go back to Vernier Graphical Analysis, and there you go. Now look at how nice this is. It already graphs it for us. It's scaled the axes, and that is lovely. So we need to be able to label the axes, and if you go here, you can see there's a column options, and it says name the axes. So our x-axis is object distance. And that's DO. And the units are centimeters. It's very nice that it reminds us to put in units, so we apply that. Notice that it's not only up here, it's also down here. We need to do the same thing for the Y. Y is image height. And that's also measured in centimeters, probably. I'm going to apply. Now this is correctly labeled. Now if you're a foundational student, this is where your deal ends. You can copy this graph and put it into your spreadsheet. For other people, we need to actually put a best fit to this graph. All of the analysis tools, the graph tools, are right here in the lower left. If you press that one, you can apply a curve fit. Now, remember in physics, if it goes up, it's a line, but if it goes down, it's an inverse curve. And obviously they give you several possibilities, but really we're only going to be worried about linear and inverse. Okay, that looks pretty good, so we're going to apply. And now it gives you the equation of that inverse curve. So I want to take this graph and put it into my data section. So I'm going to take a screenshot, Command-Shift-4. I'm going to highlight that. That's on my, that was placed on my desktop. And then I'm going to go to Insert, Image, over cells, I believe. I'm going to come back here. Here's my image. Blah, blah, blah. And that's what we want. So you can't just drag it in directly. That won't work. You have to actually insert the image and put it over cells. The next thing we need, the last thing we need to do for the graph is to rewrite the equation of this line in terms of the axes. So graphical analysis tells us that this is a y equals a over x line, and it tells us what a is. We need to say, not y, what's on the y-axis? Image height. And that's going to equal a, which is graphical analysis tells us is 30.7 divided by whatever's on the x-axis, which is DO. So now this is complete, and you will get a fantastic grade on your data section. Thank you. Bye.